Right now, I am filming a video that I truly never, ever, ever thought I was going to make, but I have a lot to say. So yes, this video is about Justin Bieber, spoiler alert, but it's about so much more than that. It is about something that has fascinated me, interested me, intrigued me, puzzled me for as long as I can remember, and it is fame and what it does to people. And all of this came up when I'm sure you guys have seen Justin Bieber posted a whole long thing on Instagram pretty much just confessing. I have not thought twice about the guy in so long because I'll be honest with you, I have despised him. I mean, I don't want to say the word despise. Obviously, I don't hate anyone, but I strongly dislike this guy. I thought he was practically like evil. And the only reason I saw this post, because I don't follow him on anything, is it appeared on people.com. And the headline immediately, I was like, oh, another Justin Bieber thing. And I almost scrolled past because it said like, Justin Bieber admits to using hard drugs, being abusive in past relationships, all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Ugh. But then I clicked on it for some weird reason, read his whole long Instagram post, which is just like a novel. And everything I've ever thought is just... I've always been very intrigued by fame, what it does to people, what it means, how it affects you. And it's because it's so evident. I mean, you see these Disney stars, these childhood stars, even YouTubers, people here on YouTube who get famous, who have millions of views, and they change and they become, honestly, awful human beings. And it's so easy to look at them and hate them. Take Justin Bieber, for example, the most privileged, rich, good looking, it's another thing he has going for him. Yeah, he's good looking, I said it. Person. So how can you feel sorry for someone when they're acting this way and they have all this stuff that, quite frankly, I want some money. Give me some money. I want some good looks, you know what I mean? But wow, that post really opened up my eyes. Before I break down exactly what Justin Bieber said and what's going on in his life right now, I want to rewind a little bit. Let's go back to 2013 when he kept fans in London waiting for 2 hours. How hard is it to arrive to your concert on time? Like if someone tells me, hey, you want to get lunch at noon, I will be there at noon. I'm one of those people who I will not be there at 12:01, 12:02. Like I respect people's time. Can you imagine if thousands of people came to your concert and you left them waiting for 2 hours? I can't. Or what about in 2016 when he walked off the stage because his fans who were there for him, who were in love with him, were screaming in between songs. Mind you, they were screaming that they loved him and all positive things, but they were still screaming, so we just walked off, ended the concert, people were in tears. Or when he visited the Anne Frank house, and he wrote that he hoped Anne Frank would be a believer. Do I even need to explain how wrong that is? How just like self-absorbed and just missing the mark, really just... no. Or when he got a DUI in 2014, or when he egged a neighbor's house, cursed out paparazzi. Oh, and by the way, when he egged the neighbor's house, he said he could not do the community service he had to because of severe ankle pain. So for all of these reasons and more, I thought Justin Bieber was a terrible human being. But here's the thing, and I can say this confidently, he's not a bad human being. He just got a bad deal. And it's so crazy to think about because you think of famous people as like the epitome of success, what anyone would want. But it is the opposite. Like I have come to the conclusion in life that fame is what you would absolutely not want. I can tell you just from being a YouTuber and having people comment on my photos. I tell you guys, I love when you guys comment nice things. I appreciate it so much, but it does not make you feel any better about yourself. If I post a selfie and someone comments, Clancy, you're so pretty, I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, wow, they think I'm so pretty. I'm honestly thinking that human is so kind to take the time out of their day to write something. It really does not impact me. And I can only imagine if someone's famous, like actually famous, and they have hundreds of thousands of people who are in love with them and just screaming for them and all of that, probably feels pretty lonely. Not to mention, Justin Bieber, he got, like, I know that's so cliche to say, I don't really want to say it, but really, he got robbed of a childhood. I mean, I would not take back my childhood for the world. I was given 2 parents, I had a lot of friends, and my parents taught me morals, and I had to work for things, and it was not just given everything, and those are all privileges. Like, those are all, like, things that I'm just so grateful for that I know not everyone gets. On the one hand, some people don't get all of their needs. Some people don't get food every night. Some people don't get water. And we can all agree that we would feel bad for those kids, right? But then you have the other end of the spectrum. Kids who grow up famous. And at first it's like, oh my gosh, you're a pop star, you're famous, you're amazing, but he was growing up being given the world and that just like messed him up. Like he's not some sort of famous untouchable pop star, I'm not trying to be mean, but he's a messed up human being. He's broken. And on his Instagram post, one thing that stood out in particular to me was, so by this point I was 18 with no skills in the real world, with millions of dollars and access to whatever I wanted. This is a very scary concept for anyone. Like we see it from one way. Justin Bieber and any other star out there, Selena Gomez, Hailey Baldwin, whoever, got this life that we could only dream of, that we never could get. But you have to think about it. we got a life that they'll never experience. And a lot of them didn't have a choice in it. Haley Baldwin grew up famous. Justin Bieber, I mean, he was 12 or 13 when he was discovered, when he became famous. Like, there was no choice. When I was 12, if someone said, you want to be a pop star, I would have been like, sign me up. Luckily, I have no talents. And all of the incidents that I just named, him egging houses and ditching concerts and all this crazy stuff, getting a DUI, in my book, that's just really, really bad, right? But he didn't have the same life as us. He didn't have the same guidance. And I always say that I consider myself to be like a normal, nice, good human. For the most part, to make mistakes, of course, but I consider myself a normal, nice, good human, right? But to be honest, that really has nothing to do with who I am. Like, it's not like wow, I'm just so amazing. It has to do with the way I was raised. If I was raised differently, I would have turned out differently. If I was in a different environment, I would have become a different human being. And can you imagine not being able to go to the grocery store without people photographing you? Not being able to leave your house without people speculating, oh my gosh, this is what she looks like, this is what she's wearing, this is what she's not wearing, oh my gosh, no makeup, what? Like, I cannot imagine that. And obviously Justin Bieber didn't have to worry about the makeup thing, but I can't imagine being judged at every minute. Like, you would go crazy, and I truly do think fame turns people crazy. There is a reason you see all of those Disney stars who turn to drugs, a lot of alcohol, and kind of fall off the deep end. And it's not their fault. They're not evil. They're not crazy. If anything, they are just normal humans who are launched into a crazy situation. How could they turn out normal? How could they have a fair shot? You look at Amanda Bynes, and it's so easy to be like, oh my gosh, she's insane. She was a normal girl. I mean, did you guys watch the freaking, what was it, The Amanda Show? Like, she was a normal girl. I feel like no one would have had a shot with that much fame at such a young age. No one would have. And seeing Justin Bieber's Instagram, I'm realizing how wrong I was for judging him. And it's really hard to look at the incidents that he has been through, the things he's done, and not be like, come on, how could you not have known that that was not appropriate? But I can't do that. I can't look at it from that lens because I've never been there. I've never been someone who's at 14 years old more famous than pretty much anyone else in the world. I've never had that pressure on me. And not to mention, he, in the Instagram post, mentioned that he stopped growing, like he stopped being able to like learn because he had everything. Everyone did everything for him. No one said no to him. I can guarantee you at 13, 14, 15, even 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all of those years of age, I probably would have turned down a pretty dark path if everyone was just saying yes to me and no one was teaching me things and like showing me things. And it's no wonder that Justin Bieber has had a pretty dark, troubled life. The thing about fame and the thing that makes it so unbelievable is just the irony. You have everything you've ever wanted, anything you could possibly need, and yet it's not enough. If anything, it's not that it's not enough, it's that something else is being taken away from you. Something so important. Childhood, normalcy. I feel like the big takeaway is just like, you can't judge anyone. You cannot judge someone based on what's not going on the surface. It's easy to do. It's natural to do. It kind of comes as an instinct to us, but you can't do it. It does not make sense and it is not right. There really is no solution when it comes to this fame thing. I mean, there are always going to be 10-year-olds who become famous overnight and then kind of just lose it from there and go down a dark path. But I think if we as a society kind of realize that and realize what's going on behind the scenes, I don't know, just be more understanding, more forgiving, I think that could help. It sounds crazy that I'm coming on here feeling sorry for a guy who makes maybe 600 million times more than I will ever make in my life, more privileged than I ever will be, lives in a mansion that is more big than probably the town I will eventually live in will ever be. And that's why I've always known I never, ever, ever want to be famous, which I know is ironic because, right, I make YouTube videos for a whole bunch of strangers, I put myself out there, I'm a TV reporter, like you think like I like the attention, I guess, but for me, I would never want it to exceed this small little bubble community we have on YouTube. Like, I would never want to be famous. And that's just because I love my life too much. I love the way things are, and with fame just comes a lot of, it's hard to mess up, it's hard to make mistakes, and Lord knows your girl makes mistakes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this rambly video. Really don't know why I made it, but I just felt a calling, felt a need. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe below for some crazy, weird, random videos, and also my social media will be linked down below as well. But for now, I'm gonna go take a nap. Peace.